What's going on, YouTube? This is Razzmatazz, Simon Templar on Razzmatazz. Ice Stock here. This is a Miami TV production. Got a few comments. This is my first video. Figure I'd be in my comfort zone and chat with the YouTubers and give them a few points about lifestyle, particularly the gig economy, the tech industry, the hustle, the gig economy, supplemental income with respect to Uber, Lyft, and the whole 9 yards. It's my own personal opinion. This is not a gig at these companies. I think they're a good idea for the country as a whole. I just think this is opinion only from my personal experience. This is not a dig at these companies, and this has nothing to do with Google, YouTube. They're not affiliated with these comments. These comments are mine's alone. This is my own express opinion with respect to these companies from my experience, personal life experience. I worked for Uber for many years. I stopped doing Uber for a variety of reasons. Uber at first, back in 2015, Uber launched in 2010, and within 7 years, they became a $70 billion Goliath. This is a great country. I gotta admit, this is a great country. In 7 years, you become a $70 billion Goliath. And at that time, Uber was still trying to get drivers on board, and the pay was, I gotta say, excellent. Again, this wasn't my only opportunity. I have a career. I have a lot of people you wouldn't realize, but a lot of people who do gig work like Uber, Lyft, etc. These people have careers. They have wives. They have kids. They have families. And they have jobs. A lot of them have regular jobs. Some people are retired, yes indeed, but some people have jobs. They're doctors, lawyers, bus drivers, teachers, custodians, you name it, they do it. And a lot of people do it for different reasons, but the main reason is just something to do, make some money on the side and keep it moving. And like I said, I made a substantial amount of money. You know, of course, you're an independent contractor, which means at the end of the year, when you file your taxes, you have to pay. You get your 1099 form, and you give it to your tax preparer, whether it be an accountant or whatever, or a CPA, and they do your taxes. You have to make sure your taxes is taken care of, which is not a problem. Like I said, it's not a problem. It's fairly common. But I would make anywhere from 7, 8, 9. By the end of the week, I'd be cashing in 8, 9, maybe 1,000 a week. And I knew guys who were making far more than that. Some guys were doing the Uber Eats, which came after regular Uber and passenger Uber, and they were making easy 1,500, 2,000 a week. These guys who did it on mopeds or whatever, I'd be making maybe 18 runs, 10, 15 runs a day. They'd be making twice that in a day. So you got to think about what's your preference. Do you want to get in a car? Do you want a truck or a moped or whatever to do what you need to do in order to get the money? And like I said, at that time, Uber was taking maybe 10%, so 10 cents on a dollar. Every dollar they take maybe 10 cents. And if you made $2, you figure it'd be about 20 cents. Today, shortly before COVID hit and before the shutdown, I would say there was a lag, and I felt it, because some days I'd go out, I'd be lucky if I made $30, $40, and then the quest The Quest was like an incentive for you to drive and make trips, pick up people. Like I said, when I started, I didn't really want to do passenger because I didn't want to pick the hassle of dealing with uh, unruly people, people drinking and coming from clubs, and you picking different type of people. Some people you may be picking up, people that's not specifically well groomed, or people who are not well behaved. So I didn't really want to deal with the hassle, so I figured let me do Uber Eats. And so I started with Uber Eats, and I don't know how I got started with the passenger. I guess I don't know, I can't remember. I can't recall how but I got snagged into the passenger, and then I started doing the passenger more and more. My rating never went below 4.98. At one time, when I hit 5,000 trips, they emailed me right before I hit 5,000. They emailed me and sent me a message that I would get a $500 bonus if I hit 5,000. So I was shooting for that. So when I hit 5,000, ching ching, they deposited the 500 into my account. So again, this was the good times. And they sent me another email and said that if I hit 10,000 trips, I would get a $1,000 bonus deposit, and if I hit 20,000, I would get $10,000 deposit, which was to me unbelievable. But anyway, when I hit like 6,000, I kind of cut back because to me the incentives weren't there. The Quest was terrible. You'd have to drive 30-40 trips to get $15 bonus. To me, that didn't make sense whatsoever. And just recently, I've stopped doing it for quite some time. I tried to crank back up, but I just can't do it. Especially now, the gas prices is what it is right now, and I figure my maintenance costs is a lot higher. The insurance rates are a lot higher. Just the whole 9 yards to me does not make good bitter sense. So I just stop altogether, and I see people still doing it. Lots of luck. I wish them the best, but I just can't see myself doing that. And I feel like Uber has taken advantage, and it's just not Uber. You got Lyft, you got Postmates, DoorDash. These companies are making a ton of money, and the drivers are out there slaving and spending a lot of money on gas, maintenance costs, insurance, and the percentage is not what it used to be. I mean, I used to get decent salary after they take out their percentage, but now that's not the case. I've heard in cases where drivers are complaining they're taking 40%, 50%, 60%. And to me, that just it can't happen. And that's one of the reasons. That's the main reason I've really stopped, doing that type of work. I'm looking to do other things. There's other independent contractor gigs out there, like the couriers, and they pay a lot better. And so I looked into that. I cover other topics when I get an opportunity. I just figure I put that out there, being that this is a lifestyle living channel, variety channel that I'm trying to launch, and I wanna approach different things, and that's one of the things I wanted to touch up on, because that's one of the things I was passionate about, that I really got into, and I got out of, because to me the expense and the revenue stream that was coming back relative to the expenses that I was putting out was not productive. That was not the best thing. So I just stopped doing it altogether. Again, if it's working for you in your city, go ahead. Like I said, I did it in Miami. Miami is a boom town. A lot of things going on all the time. You got events. You got You got, you know, football, you got basketball, you got baseball, you got hockey. You got a lot of events, a lot of clubs, a lot of fashion shows and art shows, and Miami Beach, downtown, Brickell, Wynwood, Fort Lauderdale. All these areas are boom towns, and there's something always going on. So the passenger and the hits is not the problem. It's just that the income, the revenue that these companies are paying out to the drivers sucks. I mean, maybe some other drivers are making out a lot better than I did, but relative to when I started back in 2015 or so to now, it's night and day, and I just don't see it. I don't see it happening for me, and that's why I quit. Pretty much quit. And Uber has sent me numerous, you know, invites and quests to pursue certain quests and so forth, and to get involved in certain events. They had the Beyonce concert, and I've moved on to other things. You know, I'm an entrepreneur, small businessman. And I'm a hustler, and anything that can bring in some money, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Anything legal, that is. Nothing illegal. I'm straight and narrow. My dad taught me hard work does pay off, and you got to go out and get it. It's not gonna come to you. So when I hear people say, "Oh, there's no work," blah blah blah, you know, I don't know what they're talking about. If you go out and you put yourself out there and you pursue it, you can get it. You can get it. There's a will, there's a way. You know what I mean? The opportunities is out there. I mean, I don't care who you are, where you from, what language you speak, what color you are. You know, the opportunities are out there. You can go out and get it. And I'm interested to hear your feedbacks, you know, your comments, your likes, your dislikes. I'm just gonna ask you to hit the like and subscribe button. That's you know, I'm trying to get some hits here, and I'm trying to, you know, get other people's perspective about how they feel. What do they think? You know, you can agree, you can disagree. You know what I mean? I like to read your comments and see your feedbacks with respect to what I just said. Like I said, that gig economy is booming. You know, and I've been hired pretty much on every platform. I've been hired on Uber, Lyft, Postmates, DoorDash, Instacart, you name it. I've been hired. You know what I mean? But again, certain ones I'm just not. Most of these platforms I'm just not. Just like not into right now, and I'm not gonna pursue. That's just my personal opinion. Again, hit like and subscribe, and we'll chat later.